Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to J&J Squared Circle Wrestling Updates and Commentary. This is our Smackdown Recap for 6/4/2019. I am Josh, I am your host. This is my co-host John. What's going on, buddy?
What? Nothing much. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. It's starting to get warmed up over here finally.
Yeah, yes it is.
Winter's starting to go away finally, and summer is starting to rear its evil head.
Yeah, I'm beginning to sweat like a hooker the first time going to church.
No, man, I tell you, it's awful when you go to church for the first time like that. It gets a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, first and foremost, you guys, we have to apologize for breaking our schedule for Saturday. Saturday, we just couldn't go live. We had a major power outage, at our studio, and and that happens. We had severe weather at the studio location, and we just simply couldn't do it. So we apologize for that. And by the time we were able to get going, it was just a little bit too late, and other news had been happening. And for yesterday, it was just simply a matter of bad timing along with some technical difficulties. However, we got them straightened out. So, welcome to our Smackdown recap. So, we're going to go over...
We are here tonight, live.
Live, right here. So, we have all the updates. Show is ready to go. We're back on schedule. So, we will be back on again on Saturday with a full week review.
Oh, let's not forget about Friday.
And
Super Showdown.
Yes, thank you very much. Friday Super Showdown is going on, and they have been promoting this show quite big. So, yes, we may be a little late with that. However, that evening we will go on with a full recap of what went down with that show. So don't worry, if you guys are following us, we will make sure we get you that recap with our usual comments and where we think things are going to go from there. So what do you say we jump into this, John?
All right, let's go.
All right, let's do it. So tonight, SmackDown 6/4/2019 took place in Laredo, Texas, big state of Texas. So, kicked off with Kofi Kingston, and I'm going to say this, a lot of thank yous again, from Kofi, thanking the crowd, thanking everybody for allowing him to be in that position. Kofi comes out with Xavier Woods, and they're basically just giving a really long thank you promo again, and finally Dolph Ziggler comes out, and he he puts on another decent promo, eventually leading up to a video on the Titantron, basically displaying all of Dolph Ziggler's career. And that happened.
They went video for video for about 5 to 10 minutes, possibly. It was good build-up for the match. It felt like it was dragging on, though, quite a bit.
Yeah.
With the promo.
Yeah, I have to agree. But it did lead to this match with Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, KO, and Sami Zayn. I gotta say, it wasn't a bad match.
No, it wasn't at all.
It's as good as these guys are gonna put on. It's a typical match for all four of these guys. They match up really well, regardless. So it really wasn't a bad match. The winners of that match wound up being Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. After, when they're celebrating in the ring, Dolph Ziggler comes in, super kicks Kofi. Xavier Woods gets into the ring. He gets super kicked as well. That ends that segment. I don't know. I mean,
You know, it was just a regular build-up
it
for
was the match of the night.
Nope. You know what it was? It was Carmella, Charlotte, and what's her face?
Yeah, it was the match of the night. I mean, I don't know. It just.
I mean, you know, it was
This was a pure promo night. What did we have? 2 matches? Yeah.
I don't even know. No,
we had only 2 matches all night.
No, we had more than that. You know what's funny?
Well, no, you had the Xavier Woods match. Mm-hmm. You had the New Day versus KO and Sammy.
Right.
You had the triple threat.
Right.
And then you were supposed to have a match between Apollo Crews and Andrade. That got interfered with and interrupted. Mm-hmm. Those were the only 2 matches all night.
You sure?
I'm quite sure. Well, okay. I mean, minus the 24/7 match.
Anyway, all right.
You know, the 24/7 match did happen.
A buddy of mine, he texted me during the show, and he was like, "Are they gonna start wrestling tonight or not?" You know, it was funny. I mean, to me, maybe I just didn't notice. To me, it's just a regular show. I didn't notice matches or.
It was a lot of goddamn promos, man. I mean, it started.
They do that last week with
Raw? Started at 5. I mean, and you know. Anyway, let's move on. Getting off topic here, but so we had another moment of bliss with Alexa Bliss and Bayley, and it's a typical moment of bliss. You know, these shows, the KO show, moment of bliss, Jericho and all that stuff, all that crap is just a moment waiting to be interfered with.
And to be honest with you, I'm tired of these segments. Not just the moment of bliss, but these type of segments. I'm just so tired of it.
They're trying to suck the blood out of the neck of the of what I believe to be the Piper's Pit, and
right.
But they'll never get it. Anyway, they went back and forth, talked about a bunch of mumbo jumbo that just talking about Charlotte and everything else. Charlotte winds up interfering. Carmella ends up interfering. And then it winds up.
The coffee got smacked out of Alexa Bliss's hand.
And you don't do that. You just don't do that. You're going to piss off that little girl. You know, she's small, she's angry, she's
blonde.
Yeah, you just don't mess with her coffee. Anyway, that wound up leading to an announcement of a match for a triple threat. So the next match of the night was Elias and R-Truth. And this was for wait for it. Bum bum bum. Isn't that a gorgeous belt? Just marvel in that belt. Just for a moment. Let's just marvel at it. I mean, I'm pretty much done marveling at it at this point, but yeah, it's over. Okay, that belt sucks. So, look, it was for the 24/7 belt. Elias wound up winning, and then he lost it by.
To guess who, people?
Wait a minute. By not getting pinned.
Wow. Yep.
Because the official rules of the match is all you got to do is own it.
Yeah.
You got to have it. So R-Truth got mad, stole the belt, took off running. Winner R-Truth again. R-Truth is a
4-time.
Is it 4 or 5 now?
4.
Because didn't he win it and lose it last night?
Yeah, that was his third time.
Are you sure? I think that's number 4 yesterday.
No, that was number 3. All right, so let me
Are you
tell you guys
sure? I
something.
think that was number 4 last night. Anyway, it doesn't
Exactly,
matter.
it
Who
was
gives
number
a
4.
We're already
Like
gonna
I just
lose.
said.
We're already gonna lose track. So
Why did they bring this belt? If they're just making a joke, we knew it was gonna be like a joke, but for Christ's sake, dude. I mean, now they're just making it more and more obvious. It's
it's just
I mean,
goofy. I think he'll lose it for good. I think he'll lose it for good at the next pay-per-view. For right
why
now,
are
it's
they
just
creating it if
it's
they're
just
not
a fun thing. But moving on.
fun?
Excuse me. To the triple threat match with Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, and Carmella. This wasn't a bad match, actually. I mean, John's probably actually right about this. This actually probably was the match of that. Anyway, but it basically. Oh, by the way, you guys, that R-Truth match, it was a lumberjack match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, so, oh, let me back up a little bit, guys. Let me back up. So we had this segment first, which was the Revival and Shane McMahon. They come out. Randomly, the crowd starts chanting CM Punk for some reason. I don't know if the crowd just all of a sudden caught an awful case of Tourette's, or what the deal was in Laredo, Texas. Maybe they got some bad tacos or something, because I mean, I really don't understand the
But
whole
remember,
purpose of the CM Punk chant.
remember this is Texas. They say everything's big in Texas. Well, clearly not their brains. So
Clearly not
the
their
intelligence.
well, obviously their medicine isn't that big to fix the BS that was coming out of their mouth. Who gives a shit about CM Punk anymore? Anyway, so
Isn't Laredo? Isn't that called Mullet Town? Or are
I
they
don't
close
know.
to a mullet town?
But now
Laredo, Texas.
clearly this whole thing set up to be a promo for Super Showdown. Ends up with Roman coming out. Roman Superman punches both the Revival. He starts walking really, really slow, which is obvious that Drew McIntyre is going to kick him in the face. And wouldn't you know it, John, I just want to know if you were just as shocked as I was when Drew McIntyre came out of nowhere and kicked Roman Reigns in the face.
You know what? You could.
It blew me
knocked
away.
down with it blew me away. Absolutely.
I literally almost spit out my peanut butter and jelly sandwich with no crust. I mean, it was just, I tell you, it was just.
I mean, I was so surprised. I mean,
Out of everything that happened tonight, I didn't see that coming. I
think that was the most exciting segment of the entire show.
Yeah, it was just. I called up John and I'm like, dude, did you see that? That was a shocking moment. That's going to put Drew McIntyre in the Hall of Fame right there.
That's going to beat the AEW ratings right there.
Oh, in a heartbeat. Oh, the acting. Oh, just great. Hey, shit. Okay, so triple threat. Going on to the triple threat now. An actual match. Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and Carmella. Mella Money. Good match. There was actually there was actually an interesting segment that took place where Charlotte had Carmella in the figure I guess the figure 8, right? That's what she calls it. And so, and while she had her there, Alexa Bliss did a moonsault and landed on Charlotte. That was a great that was a great move. I really appreciated that move.
Yeah, no, that that was really good.
And
Alexa Bliss, for her being really small and not having too much wrestling time, especially lately because of her injury. I mean, when she does go on, she can shock you with these moves, which you don't
Sonya
expect.
Deville and Mandy Rose came out, and I really don't understand the whole purpose of those two idiots coming out because they did nothing. They literally just sat there. I don't know.
What? To be honest with you, I think they went there to watch firsthand Carmella's tits every time she fell, and how much they bounced.
And so the winner of this match was Alexa Bliss. Now this match actually had a purpose too. Whoever won this match became the number one contender for the title to go up against Bayley, which was a really cool thing. I'm glad to see. Alexa Bliss back in action again. Now, if you want a wasted segment, here we go. Okay? Now, for those of you that don't know who this woman is, her name is Kayla Braxton, and she is the genius behind the microphone giving interviews now for WWE. I say genius with pure sarcasm. Moving on, if you don't know who that bald, ugly lug is, that is Lars Sullivan. Finally, after months, we got to hear him talk. And finally, I can tell you, I wish it was months before we got to hear him talk some more. It was god-awful. It was the worst, absolute worst promo I've ever heard in my life. Dude, I'm going to tell you, man, it was bad. That was bad. Bad. I've seen bad promos. And you know what? I give it...
No, I agree. It was bad. Don't put him on a mic again. Just don't. That was god awful.
He did a nursery rhyme about the three blind mice, basically calling Lucha House Party three blind mice, and that he was going to rip off their tails and use their blood to paint a picture.
Right. Well, if that's the best that he could come up with, he's in a lot of trouble.
I'm going to also say this, you guys. If you guys were ever annoyed of Dusty Rhodes' lisp, this man will single-handedly make you forget all about that lisp. I mean, this man's lisp...
I try not to say that.
This guy's lisp is on a whole nother level of lisp. Like, he's the Grandmaster lisp champion. He makes Cody Rhodes talk like a professional speech coach. I mean, this guy is... I could not imitate this man if I wanted to. It is awful. And he sounds so feminine. He does not sound like he doesn't sound like a freak. He sounds like RuPaul decided to be a man. Just moving on to the next segment.
First of all, all right, let me just get my thought really quick.
So we had Andrade with Zelina Vega and Apollo Crews for our fourth match. I take it back, it wasn't, because Andrade attacks Apollo Crews by basically hitting Andrade with the hammerlock DDT. Finn Balor's music comes out.
Michael Cole, you mean Andrade hit Apollo Crews with a hammerlock? DDT.
Whatever. Who gives a shit? It was an awful segment.
Thank you, Cole.
Finn Balor comes out, tries to, get to Andrade. Andrade winds up getting over on Finn Balor, which tells me that Finn Balor is going to win. And that was pretty much that whole segment. Why even schedule the match? Why not just go ahead and make it a promo?
No, do you think it's gonna be a good match? I think
I do think it's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be faster than shit. It's gonna be a fast action match because anytime the demon. So if you guys don't know, the reason why I put that picture up of Finn Balor as the demon is because Andrade is going to be facing the demon at at Super Showdown. Obviously, if you haven't been following too closely, the demon's undefeated.
Right.
So at the end of the day, whenever the demon comes out, his moveset just gets faster, more aggressive. Andrade's going to lose. There's no doubt about that. They're not going to have the demon lose at Super Showdown. But I think the match is just going to be amazing. It's going to be a great, great match. These two are going to put on a hell of a show. Hell of a show.
I certainly hope so. Because I know a lot of
these are these two men are two of the best technical wrestlers to come out of NXT.
Here's the problem I have with the demon, Finn Balor. His matches, especially most recently, they just end up being so fast. It's like you can't get up to get a drink of water or anything. They're so quick, and it doesn't really showcase his abilities or his opponent's abilities.
I think that's the lore of the demon is the whole point of the demon is that it's faster, it's stronger. Finn Balor has a lot of opportunities to show off his actual skill set, but the demon is a sideshow. But let's go to the big topic. Goldberg versus Undertaker. Goldberg showed up to Smackdown for the very first time tonight. Says a whole bunch of cool stuff. Basically says that the family man Goldberg, he left his ass at home. This is the ass kicking Goldberg that went, undefeated. And basically said, Undertaker, you're next to rest in peace. The gong comes out, and arena goes dark. Undertaker's standing in the ring. Goldberg just laughs. He just laughs and turns around and stares down the Undertaker during the lights off moment. I don't think I've ever seen WWE allow a superstar to do that during an Undertaker moment like that.
No.
And to me, that means a lot. That says a lot. Because Goldberg's character has never been intimidated by anybody. By anybody, anything, any match, anywhere. He's never intimidated. And he was not intimidated tonight. Goldberg steps up. Undertaker steps up. Their noses, I don't know if you saw this, but their noses kissed. Let me tell you something. That is pushing their PG rating.
What do you call it? An Eskimo kiss?
Yeah, in some states, in some places, that's a little X-rated.
Yes. Well, in some states, it's also legal to date or even marry your first cousin.
Hey, third cousin.
I mean, or second, third, whatever. It's still legal. I mean, if you guys don't believe me, go down to Arkansas or something like that. Louisiana, Tennessee.
But after their nose kissed, and they swapped sweat.
You,
The gong
you look
went.
like you wanted to say something like comment.
The
You didn't say anything. Are
the
you holding
gong
back?
went off. The gong went off. Undertaker disappears, and Goldberg is standing in the ring by himself, lights on, and he's laughing. And he's basically like, that's what we're going to get. That's it. He goes, all right, well, I guess we are waiting for Friday, you know.
Hey,
And
give me a pick right now. Give me your pick right now between those two. For
my
Friday.
pick right now is Goldberg.
Okay.
I think Goldberg's going to go over the Undertaker. It would not surprise me if he squashes the Undertaker.
Right. Okay.
It's the main event.
Yeah.
So any time Goldberg is involved, it's the fucking main event. But
of course,
yeah. So I think Undertaker's gonna lose. Goldberg may give him an opportunity to fuck him up a little bit, but at the end of the day, Goldberg is gonna fucking beat the shit out of fucking Undertaker's old ass, and then and send his ass packing back to his fucking old ass coffin that was built about 30 years ago. When he should have retired. But that was pretty much the show. We got 2 hours of fucking conversation, and only two matches. That's the whole argument from AEW, isn't it? I mean, because AEW's like, it's always promo, and there's no wrestling, and AEW wants to put wrestling back on the map. What happens in the ring, where wins and losses do matter. Right. Like they want to showcase what happens in the ring, and I think that's the big deal. If some of you guys don't know, and we're going to give you guys a little bit of extra too because of the fact that we missed these shows here tonight. But, that's the whole thing of why Dean Ambrose went on. Some of you guys don't know, there's a Dean Ambrose interview going around right now with Chris Jericho that's absolutely gone viral in the wrestling world. And it turns out a lot of the WWE stars that are actually with WWE actually agree with him. And obviously for guys like me and John, this isn't a surprise. We already knew this. But basically, Dean Ambrose is saying that they spend more time giving you shit to like, oh, okay. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to say. That's how I'm going to do it. Rather than just let them go out and display their skills and build their characters up themselves. And, and so when we get situations like this where the entire show only showcases wrestling twice. Not even a tag team match, John?
Well, you know what? Again, they did this on Raw last week. Remember how I was complaining to you? And I was like, 3 hours of nothing but promos. It was horrendous. Tonight, we get it for SmackDown. Once again, horrendous. I believe that WWE, they're doing this on purpose to an extent, and they're just waiting for AEW to come on TV, which will happen in October. And so then that way they could step up their, and not
only that too, Super Showdown it's not technically a premier event.
They're trying to make it that way, though.
Okay, so I can't say that that's what's going to happen because, first of all, it's on Friday morning.
Well, you got to consider the time difference in Jeddah.
Well, the time difference for me personally, it does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. I don't give 2 squirts of rat piss whether or not the time difference is different or not. It doesn't really matter. The point is I'm not going to be able to watch it. I can't watch it if I wanted to. And most of America can't watch it if we wanted to. Hell, most of England.
Yeah, everyone could watch it. Everyone could watch it.
Everybody can watch it, but they can't watch it because the time that it's on, Everybody's working.
Have you and anyone else heard of replays?
Yeah, but you know what though? Honestly
Um,
though, I don't know about you personally, but when I know that there's something that's happened live, especially with something like WWE, if I'm following news channels, if I'm following hashtags, if I'm following any of that type of shit, I'm gonna get a spoiler. And when
right.
I go back and then I go and watch the show, it's not the same for me because I already know what the hell happened. It's not the
But you don't know
same. It's
how it
not
happened. I mean,
you're
you
not
read
gonna
it.
get WrestleMania numbers off of a replay.
No,
You're not
no.
gonna get Royal Rumble numbers off of a replay. You're probably not even gonna get the amount of numbers on a replay off of matches like TLC. Fastlane. You're not gonna you're not gonna pull numbers. On a replay that's even gonna equivalent to Fastlane when it's live. So it's like not on a Friday. You got it. If you have to, then do it at some bullshit time out there, 4 or 5 o'clock in the fucking morning, so we can watch it here in the States because we're the ones that's going to put money in your pocket. You're going to double dip, right?
Right.
I mean, you're going to double dip. I mean, look, I'm no production specialist. I'm obviously not a fucking countryman, where I can go out and talk to other countries and negotiate shit like this. But I'm going to say this. You can sit there and you can say, I spit gold and piss silver and put it all over a fucking, pile of shit. And you can call it whatever you fucking want. But underneath that, it's still a pile of shit. And you can promote it all you want. And it's still not going to make it great because it's us. We make it great. We are pro wrestling. We are where we are the reason why pro wrestling is worldwide now. Because they follow us. We're the trendsetters. So it's like, when it comes to WrestleMania, it wasn't, Baghdad or Saudi Arabia or England or all those, countries over there. It wasn't them that made WrestleMania 1 so big. It was
Right.
Canada and the United States of America.
Yeah.
So so at the end of the day, I don't see this being they may want it to be for them, but it's definitely not going to be for us.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens.
It's going to be good.
You know,
It's going to be good. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be good. You guys, look, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. However, all because it's going to be good doesn't mean that half the world is going to watch it. It doesn't mean anything. All it means is that a bunch of people are going to get hundreds of thousands across the world little, gadgets on their cell phone, okay, telling them, hey, this happened. Goldberg beat Undertaker. And then when it comes time for them to actually see the show, they're not going to see it. They're not going to watch it because they don't have to.
I got it. I came up with this bright idea right now. Guys, if anyone wants to watch...
Let me highlight you here. Let me highlight you here so that you can... I want to make sure, because I can already tell right now that this is going to be stupid shit. So I want to make sure that I highlight your face so everybody could clearly see what's about to go down. And action.
All right, guys. You guys want to watch Super Showdown? All you have to do is just call in sick on that day. All right? Don't worry about your paycheck. Call in sick, watch the show. That way you don't have to listen to my partner over here bitching about the time that the show is on. Go ahead. No one moving forward. That's advice from me, okay? If you guys have to take out garbage, don't worry about it. Someone else will do it for you. back to Josh.
John, don't worry about it. I got a shovel in my truck. I'll bring it over so you can dig your own hole.
Okay.
I was expecting more. Not gonna lie.
It was advice.
It was probably the best promo of the night. But we'll give you. Here's one. Here's one in real deal. In all pure honesty, here's one right here for you guys. If you want views on Super Showdown, don't go all the way to fucking Saudi Arabia. Stick to the roots that actually built your fucking business and promote something that's actually going to be worth a goddamn. Because I'm going to say this. This is something that me personally, I really don't care for it. And the reason why I don't care for it is because of the fact that we've had weeks upon weeks upon weeks of these absolute shit-ass promos. No matches, no highlights, nothing. For something that most of us aren't even going to be able to see live. If we wanted to. And I do. I want to see this. And I can't. Why? Because I got goddamn bills to pay. You know, and so at the end of the day, I can't stand this type of shit. Why would you promote something to me that I'm not even going to be able to fucking see? You know, so basically they're spending millions upon millions of dollars on all of this promotion.
No, you know what? No,
for another country, because we're like second to them right now for this promotion, and that pisses me off.
I don't know if you really thought about this, and I just thought of it myself. When is Super Showdown?
Friday.
This Friday, right? Yeah. Now, when do schools end?
Well,
they end this week. So
in my area, they've been done for over a week and a half.
Okay, fine. So schools are already done. Schools are about to end. Now, who are they going to attract? Who doesn't work? And I don't mean people on welfare. Who else cannot work and do not work?
But you know what, though? They're not going to pay WWE's bills.
No, the parents do by ordering the network. So who's going to be at home watching the network? Yeah, but all because
the kids are out of school doesn't mean that the parents don't work. You know, and if the parents aren't going to work, they're taking their kids on vacation somewhere.
Again, you just showed it. You have the phone, you have the computer, you have iPad.
Yeah, but getting an update or whatever, that's not going to work on the ratings.
I'm not talking about.
I would be, you know, I'm talking about watching the show. You know, I would be on it. Honest to God, I would love to be able to see the ratings caliber compared to a shit ass pay-per-view. You know, because I guarantee you, this last takeover is going to get more people viewing it than Super Showdown. Even with Goldberg Undertaker, I would be willing to bet money on it.
This last takeover was a great show. I am just expecting this one, Super Showdown, to supersede that.
It's going to supersede it. I'm not saying that it's going to not supersede it in terms of quality. What I am saying is that it ain't going to matter.
Right.
Because the last one, it wasn't nearly as promoted like this one, but nobody watched it. It completely fell off the face of the earth. You know, right. And the same thing happened with the Greatest Royal Rumble. It was absolute trash. You know, because nobody watched it. And in fact, it was so bad for Royal Rumble for Greatest Royal Rumble that they canceled it. It's no longer going to happen. It doesn't exist anymore. So at the end of the day, this one, obviously, it's going to keep going because they got a massive contract with Saudi Arabia. So this is going to keep happening. But at the end of the day, it's not going to produce. You know, it's going to be absolute hype with no follow-up. I personally believe that. And I think it's going to be a phenomenal show. But it's going to fall flat on its ass in terms of viewership. And I would love to be wrong on this. I really, really hope I am. And I'd love to be able to see the ratings. I don't know how they judge that on the internet side of it. That's something I really want to look into. But I would really like to see the ratings on this and actually see exactly what they got rating-wise compared to one of their crap-ass pay-per-views. This was a bad show.
Stomping Ground.
Yeah, I would prefer Fastlane because it's just before WrestleMania, and everybody knows that that's actually like pretty much just a show to fill in the monthly gap. So
right.
I would like to compare those two and really see, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and I'm full of shit. I don't know. But comparing it to last year, you know what I mean? You kind of got to follow history. You know what I mean? And I don't know. But we only got two matches tonight.
Last year they never promoted those shows down here. They gave like 1 week and said, "Oh, hey, we're gonna go here for this show. Come watch us. Here's like 2 matches that are gonna be the top matches."
Yeah,
of the night.
That's fine. You can say that, but you know what I mean. Like the people that follow the WWE network, they're gonna know right there on the spot whether or not they're gonna watch or not. It doesn't matter if it's last minute or not. It just kind of is what it is. But anyway, you guys, that's pretty much gonna end it for us on our recap of the show. Put a big like, hit that thumbs up for a big like on our page, please. Thank you very much, and hit that subscribe button so that you can have a whole list of all of our shows as they come on. And hit that bell for notifications on future shows. That way there when we uploaded. So you'll know exactly when we upload so you can go and hit it up. So you guys, this has been 6/4/2019 Smackdown Recap. Thank you guys so much for coming to J&J Square Circle and just sitting here listening to us chit-chat and bullshit. This is my co-host, John.
Bye.
And I'm your host, Josh. Thank you guys so much for joining us again. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful week.